Hello, my name is Miss Warnick. I'm here with you on this Friday afternoon. We're going to do a little seminar on Google Drive. So I'm going to show you some tips and tricks how to keep that Google Drive organized. So first, it might be helpful to talk about, well, what is Drive? How do you get it? Why do you want it? So Google Drive is cloud-based storage. It allows you to save any files online. You can access them from a smartphone, a computer, iPad. You can get all your files in Google Drive from whatever device you want. Where do you get it, or how do you get it? So you can download it on your iPad from the self-service app, and you just sign in with your school email. It's also available in any app store. Just type in Drive and you will see it pop up. So why do you want it? Well, your teachers might give you a Google Doc assignment and something in Google Sheets and something in Google Slides, and it starts to get hard because you have to go to Slides for some things and Docs for other things, and it's hard to remember what is where. So Google Drive collects all of those Google files in one place, and so you can find Docs and Sheets and Slides all in your Google Drive. So it just is a helpful way to keep your stuff organized and in one spot. So when you open Google Drive, you'll have two choices. You can have a tile view, which you see on the left here, and this tile view lets you see them kind of in rectangles, and maybe you like that view better. I personally prefer the list view, right? That's just my personal preference. So you can choose whichever suits you better. The list view, though, it just lists all your folders or your files kind of right down. And then it also still gives you this quick access up here, which can be helpful too. So let's get organized. So step one is to add folders. For school, probably the easiest and most logical way would be to have one folder per grade. So you could start with 5th grade if you want, or not. 6th grade, 7th grade, 8th grade. This is a student sample Google Drive. They have a folder for Notability. You could do that, or you could incorporate Notability into your current grade level. Again, kind of personal preference. Okay, so let me show you how to make folders. So I'm going to play this video that I pre-recorded from my iPad. So here we go.
In this video, I'm going to show you how to make a folder in your Google Drive. So first step is to open up your Google Drive, the triangle icon. Make sure you're on the Files icon in the bottom right-hand corner. Now you're ready to make your new folder. Click the plus button and Folder, and you can title it whatever you want. I'm going to title mine 8th grade, and I'm ready to create. There's my 8th grade folder. I can make as many folders as I would like, so maybe I want another folder for 7th grade. I'm going to create that one as well. So now what I can do is click on my 8th grade folder, and maybe I want to make more folders in my 8th grade folder, maybe one for each class. So here I'm going to title this one Science, and then I want another one for Math, and another one for LA, another one for Social Studies, another one for Art, etc. So that's how you make a folder and a folder within a folder.
Okay, so now you've seen how to make a folder.
In this video,
What I'd like you to do is take your turn, right? I want you to pause this video, go back and watch the how-to video if you need to, but I want you to make one folder per grade in your Google Drive right now. So, maybe you just want to make one for this year. If you're in 6th grade, fine, go ahead and make your 6th grade folder right now. So pause, and then we'll continue. Okay, now you've paused and you've created your big grade level folders. Now what I want you to think about is within your grade folder, it would probably be helpful to make one folder per class, right? So this student made an algebra folder, an LA folder, etc. So that is what I want you to pause to do again. But before you do that, You might also want to think about, within your science folder, maybe it would be helpful to make unit folders. So, for an example of science, you could have your science folder. Within your science folder, you're going to make another folder: one, energy; two, natural resources; three, space. Why am I putting the numbers in front? Well, the numbers automatically make Google Drive put it in order. And so you can number any file and it will keep them in order. So you'll see energy first, natural resources second, space third. Okay, so I want you to pause the video again. I want you to open your current grade folder and go ahead within 8th grade or 7th grade, whatever grade you're in, make your class folders. So one for math, one for LA, one for science, one for social studies, one for yearbook or orchestra or whatever other classes you're taking. And then consider making unit folders if you'd like. So pause and go ahead and work on that. Okay, so Ms. Kushak has her number one tip for Google Drive, and I'm going to let her take it away and explain to you.
Hi there, my name is Mrs. Kushak, and I'm an instructional technology coach at IMS. And today I'm here to share my number one tip for organizing in Google Drive. So here you can see I am in my Google Drive app on my iPad, and my number one tip that I'm going to share today only works if you use folders to organize your Drive materials. And that's pretty paramount here. You want to make sure that at the very basic level of organization that you're using folders. Because if you have just scattered documents or slides or sheets or whatever material you're using in the Google Drive universe, you want to make sure that at the very least you have them organized into their folders. So you probably will have a folder for each of your classes, so language arts, math, science, etc. And then the next level would be to create a folder for the school year so that next year you can drop your 6 subject folders into the school year folder. And that way, if you're in 7th grade this year and you go into 8th grade next year, you're not looking at 2 different language arts folders, even though they're from different years, right? So you want to make sure that you have folders. So after you have folders, though, this is where my number one tip comes in. So my number one tip is color coding your folders and using some kind of color coding system. So you might have a color coding system for, classes that you see on Monday, right? Especially with the remote learning model. Sorry, you see all your classes on Monday, but maybe you have a color for your classes you see on Tuesday and Thursday, and then one for Wednesday, Friday. You might have a color code for all of your classes this year are blue and all of your classes next year will be green, something like that. But it's really nice for anyone who's visual. So you look for specific colors when you're looking in your Drive, which is really helpful. So you can see here on mine, I use a different color coding system based on just the types of materials that are in all of these folders. And so I'm quickly going to show you how to just change the color based on whatever system you come up with that works for you and your materials. So what you're going to do is you're going to go to a folder and click the 3 dots that are next to the folder, and then simply change color and then choose the color that you want that folder to be. And it is as simple as that. So that is my number one tip. I hope you find it helpful.
All right, so that's how you color code folders. So, all right, so again, I'm going to have you pause the video in a moment. So get to your current grade folder, open it up. Think about how you want to color code your folders first. So Ms. Kushak said, you could do something like Tuesday, Thursday classes in one color and Wednesday, Friday classes in a different color. You might find that helpful for this virtual learning. You could also do all of your 8th grade classes the same color. So you think about what makes sense to you. Pause this video, go back, watch the tutorial if you want to see how to color code, and color code those folders. Okay, step number 3. Now we have our folders, but our files are still all over the place. So my number one tip is, as soon as you get a new file, doc, slides, sheets, whatever, move it to the correct folder right away. I am guilty of not doing this, and it's a mess, right? So try to move your files right away. As soon as you get a new file, move it into the right folder. So again, I'm going to play you a video of how to move a file.
In this video, I'll show you how to move a document into a folder. There are actually two ways to do this. You can do it from Docs. If you're in Docs, you click on the three dots beside your Google Doc that you want to move, and you simply select Move. I'm not going to move it right now because I want to show you the other way also. So that's how you would move it in Docs. You can also move it if you are in Drive. So if you open your Drive, you find your document that you want to move, click on the three dots, select Move, Your Drive, and you'll click on the folder to where you want to move it. So I want to move it to 8th grade science, move here, and now if I check in my 8th grade science folder, there is my file. That's how to move documents into a folder.
All right, so there are the two ways you can do it, from Docs or Sheets, or you can do it right in Google Drive. So you're not going to be able to move all of your files into folders right now. I mean, you could, but it would probably take a while if your drive looks like mine. So just start with a couple, right? Maybe start with some from LA or whatever class. And so I want you to pause the video, start just practicing with a few files so you see how to do it, move them into your class folder, and then we'll come back together and we'll wrap up with a couple final tips and tricks. Okay, so you paused, you moved a couple files into folders, and hopefully you see how to do that. Now, I want you to try to challenge yourself. I want you to try to have all files in a folder. I'm not meeting this challenge right now in my own Google Drive, but it's a good challenge for us in the future, right? Any future files you get, try to immediately move them into a folder so that then you don't have to go back and move them later like we do now. Okay, so that's a challenge for second trimester. See if you can have all files in a folder. Okay, other tips and tricks. So this is another one of my most favorite tips and tricks. Let me play the little demo so you can see what I mean.
So this is one of my maybe most favorite Google Drive tips. Go ahead and open your Google Drive, and if you have been searching for that file and you can't find it in any of your folders and you just don't know where it went, but maybe you remember a keyword in the title of your file, you're going to go ahead and you're going to click on that search in Drive bar. And my file that I'm searching for was something about a science project or something. So I'm going to type in science, and there it has popped up right there, science project. That's the one I wanted. I'm going to click on it and it will open up. So not only can you search for a title, you can also search for a file type. So maybe I know that I'm searching for a Google Doc, right? So I can click on Documents, and it's going to pull up all the documents there, and I can still type in my search term, and then it's going to pull up any docs that have science in it. The other thing you can do with that search is, if you know your file, you've used it, or you got it in the past 7 days or yesterday or whenever, you can tell Drive that. I can still type in my search term again, and it will pull up only the files that were created within the last 7 days, and you will find that list there. So file type, the time frame in which you got the file, and the keyword in this search bar are all really helpful tips for helping you find that one file you just can't find.
All right, so test out that search bar, really helpful. I find myself using that almost all the time. So search bar would be one of my favorite things, one of my most used little tips and tricks in Google Drive. So last one that I wanted to share with you is using the starred feature. So let me play the video and it will kind of explain to you what I mean by the starred feature.
In this video, I'll show you how to use the starred function in your Google Drive. So go ahead and open your drive. You're in your drive view where you can see all your folders and files. Find the file that you want to star. Click the three dots and you're going to click to add to starred, the second one from the top there. Now I'm going to go back just to show you what it would look like to find that file. So I'm in my kind of home drive view again. I'm going to click on the three dots in the upper left and you'll see the option starred. So I'm going to click on that, and now any files that I have starred will come up. This is really useful if you're maybe studying for a test or working on a project where you want to access files quickly and frequently. You can just star them, click on the starred option, and they will pop up. Hope this is helpful.
All right, so that starred feature might be really helpful to some of you. I'm just starting to use it a little bit more and finding it really helpful. I'm not spending as much time searching through all my files for, what unit I'm teaching currently. So that's the starred feature. Okay, so take a moment, play around with that starred feature. If there's a project that you're currently working on, go ahead and star those documents and see how quickly you can find them tomorrow.
In this video,
Right, so those are some Google Drive tips and tricks for you. I hope you were able to pause along the way. Feel free right now to pause and go back to watch any of the little tutorial videos that you might find helpful. Let's have our goal for second trimester to keep that Google Drive organized, you and me both. I need to work on it too. So I hope you find these tips useful, and here's to an organized second trimester. Bye.